Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Geiger, and I thought I'd just do a bit of a update video, vlog, whatever you want to call these things. Just letting you know what I've been playing recently. Obviously, I've got plans for the weekend. Just because in case I don't do any videos over the weekend. It's been a bit hectic. Yesterday we had a bunch of meetings, and this morning I've had to go out and go shopping, and I've got things that need to be done. But hopefully that's it for the rest of the week. Um, I'm looking forward to going away this weekend. It'll be nice to get away. Although there is part of me that's like, I really want to spend the extra money on getting a train down. It's one of them things now. Unfortunately, the thing is, I've sort of become a little bit more careful with money and stuff now. So, do I justify spending an amount of money just to get away? I don't know. I'm gonna look into it and decide, tomorrow whether or not I'm definitely going ahead with it. Um, I'm not entirely sure. I know I need a break and stuff, but at the same time, is it worth me spending that money um, and stuff like that? So I'll see how it goes tomorrow and how we are and things like that. So, but as for gaming, well, I've been playing a bunch of different games. These past few days, I've tried out a bunch of different games. The other day I went on the PS1 and I just played about 10 or so different PS1 games, some racing games, some Ace Combat and some other games. And the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you, PS1 retro and even now PS2, unfortunately, a lot of the time it takes a lot for an old game to really draw me in and make me go, I want to try and play this to the end. Because I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of the time I just skip the cutscenes. I don't care about these old stories. I'll be honest. I've been spoiled by the modern generation of gaming, and yes, there is a lot of nostalgia in these older games. Might have been more creative at the time, and nostalgia, and going back and experiencing. But then you're having to fight with things like controls, graphical problems, glitches, buggy gameplay, and and also, like I said, it takes a lot for a game to really hold my interest. Um, I played like the old James Bond games on the PS1, and I could not get into them at all. They were terrible. I played like the Ace Combat games, which actually I quite enjoyed. Actually, I thought they were kind of cool. They weren't perfect games by today's standard, but at the time they probably were. Quite big games at the time. And even the PS2, although I was a bit pissed off with the PS2 because I wanted to play the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games. But unfortunately, for some reason, when I loaded them up on my modded PS3, they were really glitchy, and there was a lot of glitches and stuff going on with the backgrounds and things, making it almost virtually unplayable. But I know that those games have also been released on the Xbox Series and the PS5 and PS4. I'm not sure if they were like remastered versions. When I say Baldur's Gate, I'm not on about the original PC one. I'm on about like the one that came out on the console, the Diablo style game. Um, so I know that I can actually still play those games and stuff like that. But I was really kind of pissed off with it. Unfortunately, I have noticed that with the PS2 emulation, it's not perfect on that modded PS3. And I think that's mainly because it wasn't perfect to begin with, unfortunately. So yeah. I also tried out the Champions of Noroth, the EverQuest spin-off game. And I was kind of enjoying it, very similar to the Baldur's Gate game. I think it was made by the same company. Sort of an old school top-down RPG with the settings and stuff. But for some reason, the game got really fucking hard really quickly. Literally, the first quest managed to do no problem, and then you get onto the second part of the game, and you just die within a few minutes, like a couple of hits, and you're dead. I'm like, okay. Don't get me wrong, there are games out there for hardcore gamers, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, The Surge, those type of games. But they're tough but fair. They don't feel like they're challenging games, but it's all about trying to master the game's controls and master how the game plays. Whereas these older games, like that Champions Noroth game, it just felt ridiculously hard for no reason. Literally you die within like a couple of hits, and I'm thinking, that kind of ruins the experience, for me. I'm all for a game that has some challenge to it, but I could not recommend that game. And it's a shame, really, because that game is actually getting quite expensive if you want to own a physical copy of it. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't, spend 30, 40 quid or whatever it is for the price of that game now, So, I was a bit pissed off with those Baldur's Gate games. I also tried out, I wanted to play MDK2 because it looked like a game I'd probably enjoy. But for some reason, the analog stick wasn't working. The left one was the right one was working, and for some reason it was using the D-pad to move. And I had no clue why it's done that, which kind of sucked. It made the game almost unplayable for me, which really kind of sucks, unfortunately. I also tried out the game called Chaos Legion, which is actually kind of fun. Although when I was playing it, I'm like, Devil May Cry. Instantly, the menu system, the way the levels stop and start, the animation, very similar to Devil May Cry, although it's not as expansive as Devil May Cry. Unfortunately, the controls aren't, as fluent as Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, everything feels really, really, really great when you're playing it. The controls feel really good, the combos. But it's a cool concept, it's sort of like that sort of game, hack and slash, just killing a bunch of enemies. But you can summon these, like, I don't know what they call them, monsters. They would just call them monsters, or like demon spirits or whatever, to help you in battle, and you can switch between them, and you have different enemy types. Some enemies have metallic skin, so you have to use the ones that do extra damage to metallic, and then flesh ones. It was a cool concept, and I was enjoying it, but after a while I just sort of, it's got that sort of difficulty of Devil May Cry, but it's not. Like I said, with Devil May Cry, that game feels very fluent. The lock-on system is great. Everything feels great. And Devil May Cry is kind of like Dark Souls and stuff like that. If you mess up, it's because you've messed up. Whereas in this game, it just felt like it wasn't perfected. I think it was made by the same creators of Devil May Cry, people that worked on Devil May Cry. Unfortunately, I can't. It was a cool concept, and I think it would be great to get an updated version with improved controls. I think it was a cool game. So that was one that I played. And I also played Arctic Thunder. Really fun sort of arcade racer, snowmobiles, It's kind of an interesting concept because, you obviously, you've got different modes, like your normal arcade mode and your race mode where you can get points. And obviously it's like Road Rash meets, Hydro Thunder essentially, but on snowmobiles. And I think I might have played it in the arcade, or at least something like that, or Sledstorm if you've heard of that game. But it's quite challenging to get first place, but it's got a bit of roguelike elements in it, in the sense of, you have to do races and earn points, and you can actually upgrade each character. So obviously you'll be doing the same races over and over again, but each time you'll make more progress and you'll upgrade. And I thought it was a pretty fun game. I was enjoying it. I don't play a lot of racing games, but I love like arcade racers. Races that are over within like a couple of minutes. But whereas you got games like Gran Turismo where races can last like hours sometimes, unfortunately. I thought it was pretty fun. Back to the PS1, one game that did actually bring back a lot of memories was the Action Man game. I think it's the Action Man Operation Extreme. The game sort of starts off as like a top-down racing game where you almost like GTA, original GTA, and you're shooting other cars, and then it goes into like a third-person action adventure game. It's quite an easy game. Obviously, it was aimed toward younger audiences, but I have a lot of memories of that game. I don't know if I'm going to go back and play it. I've kept it on my playing list, as in, games, because that's what I do when I play games. I'll mark it whether, if I put it as playing, that's a game that I'm going to come back to. If I put it as played, that's a game that I played and I'm not going to come back to, unfortunately. So yeah, that was what I played. I played a couple of PS4 games as well. I tried out the game Danger Zone, which is basically Crash Mode from Burnout 2 and Burnout 3, but as a single game. If you enjoy that mode in Burnout, I highly recommend that game. I just personally felt like it was challenging. It was trial and error. I played it for a little bit and I thought, okay, this is cool, but it's not really something I'm going to put a lot of time into, unfortunately. But if you are a fan of the Crash mode in Burnout, I highly recommend that one. It's kind of a cool little game. And I also tried out the Darksiders Genesis game, which was the fourth Darksiders game. I don't think it's actually Darksiders 4. I think it's a spin-off. I thought it was going to be like Diablo, but it's not. It's a top-down action game, almost like a twin-stick shooter as well. I actually preferred it over the other Darksiders games. I've played all of the Darksiders games now, and out of all of them, I think that one was probably the one that I'd probably go back and play again. Not a perfect game, mind you. There are some issues with it. But I thought it was pretty cool, you know. And I like that when games do that. You know, Darksiders 1, 2, and 3, I felt were just average at best, unfortunately. They're not perfect games. They're okay games, you know. They're fairly cheap games anyway. So if you've got a couple of hours to pass the time and you want to play something, you know, sort of action platformer, beat 'em up style hack and slash game, they're not too bad. But I'd never put more than a couple of hours into any of them. But I thought Darksiders Genesis was a nice little spin-off, and I like it when games sort of take a chance and try something new. And I think that Strife character is probably the coolest one out of all of them, you know. The twin stick reminds me of Reaper a lot, actually, from Overwatch. Being able to swap your ammo types and, you know, there's some like RPG elements. I done like 4 missions. I got to the mission with the beacons, and it was really annoying. You have to throw the little blade at the beacons, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I was like, I'll move on to something else now. So yeah, so like I said, I've wrote a list of the games that I'm going to play on the PS3 and the PS2. PS1, I'm just going down the list, trying them out, because like I said, with retro and PS1 games, I'm not really sort of going to put a lot of time into them. So that's how it is, unfortunately. Tonight I'm meant to be trying out some retro games. So do you know what? Part of me's tempted. You know what? I'm actually going to start something on the PS3. I think I might start another playthrough of something on the PS3. I'm not too sure what I'm going to play yet. You know, maybe I will play a retro game, and just maybe play some arcade games tonight and go through the retro list. It just means, you know, playing a few games. But like I said, maybe I'll do the Game Boy Advance, actually. I think I might do that, actually, and go through every Game Boy Advance game, you know, do that down the list. Just because a lot of the old Game Boy Advance games, you know, I never played a lot of them. So I'll see what I'm going to do, and go from there, and do that. Obviously, because I'm probably going away this weekend, I feel like I don't really want to start anything proper, you know, and then I'm going away for a few days, you know, because I might take my Xbox down with me, because it's small and easy to take down. But you know, I don't know, because like I said, I've got plans for the evenings and I'm going to be going out in the daytime and stuff. So is it really worth me taking that down, and stuff like that? And obviously, so yeah, unfortunately, my I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous video. My dad phoned me up and told me there was a massive fire in his garden. He lost all of his shed, and his plants and his chickens were killed, unfortunately. So that was a bit of a shock. I've seen the damage and it's not good, unfortunately. So I do feel quite bad about that. You know, accidents happen. I'm not entirely sure how it happened. I won't go into details because it's not really my really doesn't affect me personally, but it does, because, you know, that house still has a lot of memories for me, and it still is in a way. Technically it is under my name as well, you know, but that's a different story altogether. So yeah, but things are trying to get a little bit better now. I've been working with some people, trying to get some things sorted out, getting the house sorted out. Possibly, hopefully, one day we might be moving from here. We need to move. This house just isn't doing it for us anymore, and we've got another one on the way, so we're going to need a bigger place at some point. These things aren't easy, unfortunately. We are in a bit of a crisis situation in the UK. With the cost of crisis and stuff like that, things are getting more expensive, as you know. I won't go into politics because I don't give two shits about politicians, you know. But so yeah, I watched all 3 over the last weekend. I watched all 3 Austin Powers movies. Sometimes when movies you do that, you know, when you start one, you've got to watch all of them. So yeah, although I was kind of confused because only the third one had subtitles on Amazon Prime, but I don't know. And then I was also tonight and tomorrow I've been watching the 5th Looney Tunes collection. So I'll be watching disc 3 tonight and disc 4 tomorrow. And then I've only got one volume left, volume 6. Although I'm confused because on my DVD collection app it said there was only 247 episodes. But there's not. My DVD app actually is missing a few from them. So unfortunately I can't. It doesn't have every single one. But I'm not too bothered. But so yeah, I enjoyed this. I will keep this set because I'm going to go back to it one day and watch the special features. Because there are a ton of special features that have extra episodes and stuff on here that aren't on the actual main, you know, disc selection. So... but yeah, I've already done a review on that. So, but obviously, next week, when I come back, I'm gonna get back into my get my subscriptions back, and I'll be able to watch some more movies and things, and get back into the back to normal type things. So yeah, that's sort of what I've been playing, what I've been up watching and stuff. So I think tonight I might play some Game Boy Advance games and just go through some Game Boy Advance games and try out some few GBA games tonight and just have a little bit of fun, try something new. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little update vlog. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment below. Let me know your favourite Game Boy Advance game. Let me know. And I might have a video for you guys on Saturday. I can't be 100% sure. If I don't go away, then obviously you'll see me, but I don't know. I'll let you know. I want to go, but I looked at the train tickets and it's like 30 quid for both of them. It's going to cost me 60 quid to get there and back, or 50 quid for a return. I'm thinking, you know, it's a lot of money. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, subscribe if you haven't already. Join the family, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at The Mad Tiger, and have a nice day. Take care, and bye-bye.